Hey there guys, welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. 16 days until a change of heart. Damn. Okay, really 15 days because it's nighttime, but...
Hey.
I'm so happy with how much time I have before that happens. Also, it was funny, someone in comments did post, it's like, everyone likes Makoto so much. Sorry? I think honestly the reason people like Makoto so much is that Anne is a little bit bland. She's a little bit normal, I guess, and then Makoto just has personality sprouting from her. I mean, she's not perfect. I really feel like she's a Mitsuru that isn't perfect, because Mitsuru is a cool character, but I will admit I got a little frustrated that Mitsuru's introduction was that she was a random high schooler that was more eloquent and just put the principal to shame, and I was like, she's a little too perfect. She's the smartest person in her class. She has great speech skills. She's, you know, your advisor. I mean, Mitsuru did everything. Makoto seems a little bit more human.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I'm talking about that I'm cheap.
All right.
Whoa.
So let's go to bed. We've got stuff to do tomorrow. I don't know what that stuff is, but I'm sure it exists. Bum, 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 bum.
That Kaneshiro truly was an evil stain on
He sure was. I'm also really glad that we one-shotted Kaneshiro. I do think that's the first time that I beat a boss on the first try. Although, granted, I also think that was because, at least with Kamoshida, is because I didn't really... I went in there without the ability to revive someone, and one person just got wasted. But... yeah, the Kaneshiro fight was really, really fun, and I love how the boss fights are unique and different. There's mechanics that go into them. A lot of the previous Persona games that were awesome, but the boss fights basically just had some powers they used. There wasn't all this going on, and it was great.
Same with Kamoshida and Madarame too. They hurt and exploited others just to satisfy their desires.
I do have to say, I still feel like Kamoshida was the worst of them. And Madarame was close. It was like Kamoshida caused widespread pain and, you know, deep psychological trauma to an entire class of kids. And he impacted everyone that went through that school. Like, the breadth of damage he did was just vast. Madarame did more damage on an individual basis because Madarame destroyed your entire future. He destroyed your entire artistic aspirations, and you never recover from that. But he also affected way less people. And it's interesting that I put Kamoshida above Madarame because of how many that he took out. You know, how much damage he did, even though he did less on an individual basis. Because Kaneshiro, I actually don't. I rate him as the least bad of the three. And again, I'm just not saying he's not bad. I mean, he's awful. He was basically forcing women to turn into prostitutes in order to just continue and blackmail them and basically had them, you know, pushed back against the wall for life. But for me, a certain degree of it is that I mean, when someone offers you an obscene amount of money for almost no work, there's a certain amount of complicity. I mean, they should have known better. And I know they're high school kids and they can't help it, and I'm really glad we took them down, but, you know, Madarame and Kamoshida, literally there was nothing the victims could have done to prevent that. They did nothing wrong! And with Kaneshiro, there definitely was an aspect of complicity, and they got themselves into a bad situation because they made bad decisions. So, although I'm really glad we took him out, and his methods were super unsavory, I do have to say, one of my friends is playing this, and they actually made a really good point. Because he also thought Kamoshida was the worst one. And they said with Kamoshida, they had to make it to the point where you had to be completely willing to straight up kill someone. And you were by the time it's like, I don't know if this is going to kill them or not, and I don't fucking care anymore. With Madarame and Kaneshiro, you kind of knew they wouldn't actually die.
Still, there were people around them who noticed their terrible deeds, weren't there?
Of course, people always turn a blind eye if they can profit from turning a blind eye. Unfortunately, and this is unfortunate, people are super self-absorbed.
I wonder why they turned a blind eye. Why doesn't anyone help?
Because it's easier not to. They're too scared. I don't want to say they probably I mean, they might.
So it's because they don't have the courage.
Yep, they haven't eaten, they haven't drank enough coffee at a cafe.
Humans are so weak.
Aren't you glad you're not one? Oh wait, you keep saying you are. That's the thing, he keeps insisting he's human, which makes me wonder whether or not he is.
Humans. Hey, do you think I'll really be able to become a human? When I touched the treasure, some memories came back. I tried to force myself to forget, but...
Now that's really weird. Why would he try and force himself to forget the memories that came back? Were they not the ones he wants?
I really may not be human.
I don't know why I would say I'm sure you are, because I don't have those memories.
Who do you think you're talking to? Now that I think about it, I gotta be human. I am the core of the Phantom Thieves, after all.
Kinda not really, actually. I mean, it's sad to say, but Morgana has given up his role as, you know, chief explainer of the Phantom Thieves to Makoto, which is also weird. It makes sense since she has such a background in psychology, but it's weird she can just walk in and be like, oh, this is how it works. And people are like, wait, what? Alright. Obtain an item when Joker performs a melee attack. Wow.
Alright.
Up to level 5.
Come on. It's not good for you to stay up this late. Let's go to
For a second I was like, does that mean I'm halfway through the game? But I shouldn't be. Oh, Morgana lays it right in the middle of the bed and then tells me to go to sleep. But I'm like, I can't. You're right where I need to be. I obviously moved him because I'm now laying in the middle of the bed. Now that I break up with Igor?
Our master wishes to speak with you. Heed his words.
Dude, haven't I earned at least a little nice treatment at this point?
You've defeated the repulsive fiend of gluttony this time. Well done.
Why, thank you, Igor.
I am glad to see you have devoted yourself to your rehabilitation.
You are not worthy of such kind words, inmate. I suggest you treasure them.
Do you recall the whispers about that strange
I absolutely do. Who is the man in the black mask? Is it Jim Carrey? Is it evil Jim Carrey? Yep, I obviously know who he's talking about.
Even a chicken could remember something that important. Don't sound so cocky about it.
I don't think a chicken could. I don't know if you've ever even seen a chicken.
This is about the cases of those people who shut down, is it not?
You know what? I was wondering whenever this would come up. Because they introduced the game with it, but then they sort of dropped that line.
Indeed. I speak of another with powers similar to yours.
You should deactivate his app.
If you are to complete your rehabilitation, you may encounter him eventually.
I actually don't think he has the app. It doesn't feel like Igor would support someone like that.
Yet another thing for me to look forward to. I shall grant you an ability befitting of your newfound
More personas?
Consider it a gift. It would be greatly troubling if you were to not strengthen your abilities.
Rank up. Interest. Oh, okay, just level 6.
Alright.
High Arcana boost. I don't understand. Oh, does that mean that... Is that just for a fool, or is that for everyone?
It's time, inmate.
Return to your world.
So I didn't get more personas. That's okay, I've got like 10 or 12 slots or something ridiculous. So I am not upset. I'm a little upset that my cat's knocked my microphone down. Wow, they did a number on this guy. Okay, hopefully you didn't hear that too much. Beep, beep, beep.
Hello? It's me, Makoto. Were you sleeping?
Yeah, what are you doing calling me in the early morning? That's like 5 a.m. or something. I'm still asleep.
I assume it's okay if you're able to make such jokes. There's something I feel I should let you know.
I feel like you should button up your shirt before you call me. I mean, it wouldn't be such an issue if I didn't see you in my phone call, but that's inappropriate.
Kaneshiro contacted me.
Already?
Kaneshiro?
He said he's calling off our debt. It seems he's disposed of all the photographs as well.
I misread that as dispersed, and I was so concerned for a second.
And, my sister and her team have taken him into custody.
That's awfully fast. Normally that doesn't happen until the end.
What?
It appears they did not want him to disappear, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Mafia, yeah, that makes sense.
His group was called a mafia after all. I wouldn't put silencing him past them.
Well, good, we're gonna bring down the whole organization.
Does this mean we were successful in changing his heart?
Well, it certainly sounds like it, although it's weird that he would call her and I figured he would just dispose of it, but I guess if change of heart, he probably feels really guilty about it.
It's hard to say for sure yet.
I mean, it certainly sounds like it.
I see. What about those psychotic breakdowns that Kaneshiro mentioned?
I do feel like we talked about this last time, but the other metaverse user is actually changing their heart for the worst.
I'm not sure, but I assume he was talking about the incidents that have been all over the news lately. It really may be related to the other person who has been entering palaces.
Yeah, well, that's the question. Are they also... I guess, actually, in order to turn someone bad, it's probably easier to... I bet he's targeting people that have a predisposition towards their shadow selves, and so they have an easier time to making a change of heart. It just basically is more of an allowance rather than a forced change. Being like, yeah, you could totally just, do this.
True. That said, all we can do now is wait until Kaneshiro's change of heart becomes clear to us.
Absolutely. I got 15 days of hanging out with people.
Thank you.
Morning.
What up, Ryuji? What up?
Hey.
That kind of she's any kind of disappointed. I thought the bank would have bathtubs full of gold, with cash, and a briefcase. Was there some place I could find a bunch of cash?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess I could get some cash out of that. I can keep dreaming about though. So you better come. I'm not coming to Memento. Screw you. I've got enough cash. Because I don't like waste it all on like ramen packets. Dang. Nothing happened in school today. Well, I think... Oh, wow. Private message. But I've ordered by a person called Kobayakawa to look for the culprits. She'll be fine for now, but we can't let our guard down. I should try not to stand out for a while. By the way, I usually spend my time in the student council room. If there's ever an emergency, feel free to come and find me there. First question. Time with Anne, Yusuke, Makoto, and Taki. Okay, so I cannot go to the... I do think I'm going to start Makoto's confidant, just because I've learned in the past that if you don't at least start them, you run the chance of losing them. I don't think it's at all possible that I would lose.
What's up?
So she's on the 3rd floor.
Hey.
I came to see you.
Do you have a minute?
Seems your pensions have paid off. You've been working hard. There's something I want to ask you, if it doesn't get in the way of your studies, that is.
Thank you very much.
Now then, let's find somewhere better to talk. Courtyard should do. Okay, let's get this at least for level 1, although I'm going to be focusing on...
Hey, I have a question to ask you.
I want to focus on everyone, that's the problem.
Up until now, I've been the quintessential honor student.
Yeah, we were a bit surprised to find out how just like impetuous she was. I think that's maybe the part of the character I actually really like is that I expected her to be naive, but just the sheer like things are going to work out aspect to her personality. She made such dumb decisions, but she does it in a very like whimsical manner.
I believe I've been handling my position as student council president with ease as well.
Well, now you're just being cocky.
And I don't mean that in a boasting way, that's simply how I've thought about it.
You are not asking a question, madame.
But in the end, I was unable to make any kind of impact with either Suzui-san or Kaneshiro.
Still not a question.
Turns out there's no use for a rule-abiding honor student when things get rough. Now that I'm a member of this team, I want to do everything I can to help you all.
I will certainly let you.
All my studying up to this point has kept me quite narrow-minded. I think I will need to broaden my horizons somewhat.
That is very possible. Yeah, what do you plan on doing? I'm not going to... I feel like enough people kiss Makoto's ass.
My first step will be to learn more about the other students. But I struggle with that. There seems to be a disparity between my tastes.
Oh, is she
and
asking me to go
peers.
slumming with her? No, that is true. You're certainly... There's an aura of separation.
I knew it. I don't even know where people like to go for fun. It would be nice to have a grasp of such concepts.
That's where you want to start? I need to understand people better, so I need to loaf around and go do stupid things. Will you help me be stupid?
Plus, the student council must be responsible for understanding the student body they serve, right?
You are trying so hard to make this seem correct, but you just want to go, like, goof off.
I don't mean that in a surveillance way. I just want to know them as people. I may be a phantom thief, but that's no excuse for me to start ignoring
What
my
the fuck is
presidential
Makoto
duties.
doing saying that out loud in the middle of the school? Ryuji, I've come to terms with the fact that he doesn't think things through, but I expect better of her.
Now, back to the topic at hand. Where do people usually go for fun?
People in general in Japan, karaoke.
Karaoke, hmm? My friends have taken me there.
I'm not getting
sometimes.
any extra points of this. I don't know if I'm allowed to.
If possible, I'd like to go somewhere I'm a little less familiar with. How about an arcade? I've never actually been to one.
I almost said
Do you
arcade.
think you could take me? I'm not sure if it'll broaden my horizons per se, but simply studying won't get me anywhere. Thank goodness. I think I would have been totally lost in there had I
Oh, you're
gone
gonna be
by
totally
myself.
lost anyway, I guarantee it.
Well, let's get going.
Alright, to the arcades.
So this is where everyone comes to enjoy themselves.
Like I said, I wouldn't say, but that's the problem. I guess if you're talking about the student body, the arcade is probably more popular than the karaoke. I was thinking like Japan in general.
There are more girls here than I expected. Hey, over there!
What?
You play by aiming the gun at the screen, right? That actually seems somewhat realistic.
She's not... Oh, I guess she's looking at the screen. That makes sense. I was going to say, she's not really looking where she seemed to be looking.
If it's okay with you, do you think you could teach me?
I mean, I can try. I honestly... It's funny, because everyone was talking about how everyone loves Makoto so much. I really almost feel like this, as the first level of the social link, is pandering. Because it's like, oh, here's this really smart and, you know, student council president girl that has a little bit of a wild side, and you know what she wants to do? She wants to play video games with you! And I'm like, okay, now this just seems implausible now.
I did it! No way! Oh, so this is how it is.
Do you want to come back?
just a game, but I wonder if I could apply some of the techniques I learned here during battle.
I mean, probably not, because we almost never use our guns.
Perhaps going somewhere.
Okay, I actually tried to compliment her to see if I would get points that way. I thought maybe I would have to compliment her to get through her social rank faster. But no, it doesn't look like she'll ever give you bonus points.
You know, it may only be a little bit, but I think I'm starting to understand how people pass time.
You didn't know before? It's like, how do people do so badly on tests when the only thing they can do when they're not at school is study?
Interesting. I would have never even thought about coming here before. Hey, do you think you could help me out again later?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to, because I do definitely want to max out all of the confidants for the people that I run with.
I might be able to give the team more ideas if I can gain increased knowledge outside of my studies.
I'm pretty sure she's priestess. We're going to find out in a second.
Perhaps it won't be immediately, but I'm sure I can be of use.
It's really weird. She keeps saying stuff like that about, oh, I just want to not be, I just want to help you guys out. And she acts like that she's not already helping us. I thought we just get to 8-6. You accused me of lying about her before.
There must have been people who obstructed your actions as the Phantom Thieves. You managed to overcome them because you had someone who specialized in analyzing enemies.
Do I?
Isn't that right?
That seems an incredibly, like, random thing to say.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of
Priestess?
captivity.
Is it priestess?
With the birth of the
Yep.
priestess persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
Fantabulous. Skills and positional analysis. She seems really, really, really good to get then. Oh my god.
All right.
Shadow calculus.
By the way, you went to the red light district when you were chasing after Kaneshiro, right?
Well, so did you.
I'd like to go there as well. No, not for my own
Oh, no,
purposes.
no. That was whenever I went there in order to meet with a journalist. I thought she was literally meaning when I was chasing Kaneshiro. I'm like, well, you were in the car. You went there too.
To tell you the truth, I recently got a report that one of our students was spotted there.
Was it me?
I'm skeptical, but I'd like to confirm firsthand.
Is this really a thing in Japan? Does the student council have to go out and just, like, check in on everyone in the school? Because that's kind of ridiculous.
Well, it's getting late. Let's go home. See ya.
Alright, evening.
Ah, you're back.
Beep, beep, beep. Hey, you see the article? What kind of article? It's an interview with some kids from school. Boy M tells all, rampant abuse of the Kamishita case. Oh yeah, that's what it said. It's mostly about the physical punishment. I think Boy M is mission. Absolutely, I set him up for that. Could be Makoto, because she's totally a boy. Guess it might be him after all. I mean, that fan site thing's been a huge help too. Probably finally leave him be. He ain't doing us any harm. See you later. Just I thought, the author's listed it as Ichigo. Oh yeah. I see. This article might end up being useful for us. Yeah, how? If Palace Ruler sees it, his cognition of the Phantom Thief changes. Hey, we'd be missing out if we didn't use this to our advantage. If we have our paint us a positive light, the public opinion will change for us for the better. You should go try and get her to write some more articles about the Phantom Thieves. Oh. Does that mean I have another one? Holy crap, I have 4 messages. She wants to hang out with me. Nice work. You guys exposed the guys about the bullying. Her both of them ended up turning themselves into the teachers. You've been useful to school for well done.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like that Kosai Queen changed her heart. She calmed down and actually apologized to the male student. So, how was it? You're joking, right? Are you actually a masochist? I liked changing her heart. What are you talking about? Why are you being a pervert? Anyway, Phantom Thieves have whipped another target into shape. You guys are so dependable.
Yeah.
It seems the key to the burglar's treasure reached Makigami's younger brother. Oh, there's a post saying the culprit's going to turn himself in. Yeah, I'm sure his little bro will be shocked to hear he got caught. I hope they can at least get along after he has a change of heart. Yeah. Anyway, take care of those restaurant burglars.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Chihaya, who is that? An Oya. Wow. Mishima, Ryuji, and... Again, I do kind of want to initiate everything. Oh yeah, that's who I call her. Why? Mishima's ready to go up. And I need to start. So again, I'm going to start all the ones I can. So there he is, in the red light district, and he's ready to rank up. So much to do. Okay, we'll start with the fortune teller, because they told me about her first. I don't really think there's any possibility that we'll run out of time for either of them, but they started with me first. Oh, it's that beautiful fortune teller that talks about. Are you gonna have your fortune read?
Greetings.
Oh, hello. Please take a seat.
Hello.
Hello, your first time here, yes? Not like young men stopping by about my stand. Anyway, my name is Chihaya Mifune. I'll be reading your fortune today. You can begin by telling me your name. I'm not gonna say that because A, she probably hears that all the fucking time. Ah, Kaizen Fukutsu, I see your name's quite lucky. That aside, what type of consultation got interest you in today? Well, I use tarot cards to foretell the future. Now, let's start with initial readings to test the waters of your fate.
Here we go.
Oh, divine power? Bring forth this boy's fortune. So, I'm a little suspicious because she laid the cards out before I even showed up.
Is this?
Yeah, I've seen a stream of light obscuring the sun, like an arrow tearing through the sky.
Here it
I
is.
see. There seems to be new wealth in your future. Financial fortune is looking good today. This is the wealth of which I speak will come from your house. Head home without detour, and precisely 5,000 yen will await you there.
Yes.
I can only speak of what I saw. Fate is absolute. But what is this? The general flow of your future seems to indicate ruin, an inmate locked away in a lonely cell. Now that's the first true thing she said. She may be a good person, but are you perhaps mixed with the wrong crowd? Beyond that, seems continuing your current path will lead to your death. I can't offer advice on that end.
That's impossible.
Well, that's that it wouldn't be ominous, except I've spoilers played Persona 3. If the divination's coming to be clearly, the truth of it's simply undeniable. Although, I think there may be a way you can attempt to counteract your destiny. All you need is my special spiritual, the Holy Stone. It's power in your control. You can avoid even the most unfortunate futures. Probably. How much does that cost? Typically, I only recommend this to more experienced customers, but your situation's too dire to ignore. It's one of those things that I would totally think this was a scam if she hadn't talked about Igor and the Velvet Cell. See, the stone itself is imbued with an aura of joy that will sap away all the horrible energy surrounding you. All you do is keep it wrapped in cloth and make sure it recharges power by moonlight every 3 days.
Well, what do you say?
That's only 100,000 yen. It's legitimate, I promise. So, you really don't want it?
Is that so?
Well, it's a shame to see the flames of youth snuffed out so soon. Come see me again if you change your mind. I'd really like to help you if you'd like. I didn't get a rank from that.
Ah, you're back.
You're home. I've been waiting for you.
Oh.
Hey, how's your pocket money situation been looking? You're hopeless.
Fine.
Here.
For real?
So this is another one that's probably going to take several days to actually initialize. I want some money from the lotto, so I don't want sharing the winnings. Thank you. See? I can be nice sometimes.
The rest is
Anyway,
on
make sure you close up the shop like always.
Hey,
It does indeed.
that's incredible.
She even got the amount spot on! And that giant lady really can seriously read the future. Wait, didn't she say you're gonna die? Never mind that last part. Well, I have 100,000 yen, although, dang, I wasn't expecting to spend all that. Jeebles. I was just talking about how, oh, I'm doing okay. I have money. Saturday. The day of Saturn. Really nobody. Makoto's ready to rank up. Yusuke is not. Takemi is not. Well, it looks like we'll definitely hang out with Makoto because she's the one that's ready to rank up. But that will happen next time. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I will see you in the next one where perhaps we'll start the... Because we got to start this fortune teller rank and also the journalist. So god dang. All kinds of social hanging out. It's a good thing I got 14 more days.
I'm giving the balance, but I'm standing on razor's edge now. One click for my life is